I want to be clear before we get into the video. This is my opinion. This is nothing to do with anyone who's going to watch this video, their opinions. You have your own. If you want to express your opinion, you can do that in the comments. But I want to be clear, this is my opinion. There's no reason to hate on me for it. I'm not going to hate on you for your opinions. If you disagree and you want to express that in the comments, go for it. But do it in a nice way. There's no reason whatsoever to hate on me for my opinions. At all. So, take that with what you will. And, yeah. Enjoy this video. So, I'm going to be talking about Superman and Lois. Mainly Tyler Hoechlin, Hoechlin, whatever, however you want to pronounce his last name. I'm going to be talking about the guy who plays Clark Kent as Superman and Lois. And Superman, obviously. Here's my hands down favorite Superman across everyone who's played him. Brandon Routh, Henry Cavill, Christopher Reeves, and I know I'm probably forgetting people, but I mean, those are the main four. Tyler, Brandon, Cavill, and Christopher Reeves. I mean, those are the main four that we look at, right? So, wait, four? Yeah, four. I can't count, apparently. But my hands down favorite across all of them is Tyler, mainly because of who he is off screen, and he literally acts like Superman off screen. And when someone asked him about Superman, like what it means to him, he literally, knows Superman. He has read so many things about Superman, and he knows him. He is Superman. And he really brings that to the big screen. Something that, again, in my opinion, that Cavill, and especially Cavill, I do not like Henry Cavill Superman. I just don't. I cannot, even if I tried to like his Superman, I can't. I cannot bring myself to do it. But Brandon Routh is a great Superman. I think he fits more Ray Palmer, as we've seen in the Arrowverse. And Christopher Reeves, I didn't see that much of him as Superman, but from the scenes that I did see him playing Superman, he did a great job. But Tyler knows the role. He knows who he is, and who Superman is, and who Clark Kent is supposed to be. And he knows that, and he brings that to the screen. Something that I think the show really does well is the fact that it's new. We aren't experiencing, well, a little bit, but it's not, the majority of the show is not experiencing his origin story. We had, 2 episodes max last season, the first season of the show, where we were experiencing his backstory. And both times, it was played off really well. I mean, it made sense, it really tied into the show, and the season, and the story. Every episode in the first season was basically tying into the story. I don't think there was a single episode that the entire season where it wasn't tied into the story. And again, the show is new. It's new stories. What we're seeing on screen, at least most of it, hasn't been done ever. Hasn't been done in the comics, hasn't been done on TV shows, movies, nothing. This is all new. We might be getting comic book characters, but, Steel, for instance, he's a comic book character, we got him in the show, but this isn't a comic book accurate show. This is whole new material, whole new stories, and Tyler, I've loved Tyler playing Superman since he showed up in Supergirl Season 2. I've wanted him to get his own show. I want to be in more crossovers in the Arrowverse. I'm so glad he's in Crisis on Infinite Earths, even though it was just a little bit. In Elseworlds, he blew that out of the park in Elseworlds. When he became Black Superman, when he wore the Black Superman suit, and he knocked everything out of the park when he played Superman. He really is Superman, and he knows, like I said, he knows the role. He knows how to play Superman and how to play Clark Kent, and he knows that there are two different people here. Clark Kent is Superman, but Clark Kent has a life with Lois, and Superman has a life protecting everyone but himself. He realizes that. Clark Kent is, a father, married, and has a kind of semi-normal human life, while Superman is an alien with superpowers and he protects people 24/7. He, even when Tyler was talking about it, he went through, in very good detail, by the way, about both characters and the challenges that they're going to face in the show, even in the second season, and what they face even outside the show, in the comics, in the movies, and TV shows. He realizes that. Tyler knows this role, and he is this role both on and off the screen. And honestly, he's like Stephen Amell cast for Arrow. He's like Grant Gustin casted for The Flash. They are perfect for the roles. And let me touch on Stephen Amell for a minute. I know that Green Arrow that we got in Arrow was not the comic book accurate Arrow. But if you can't admit that Stephen Amell was the perfect fit for that character, you're messed up. I don't care. You have to admit that Stephen Amell is the best Arrow, hands down, ever will to come onto live action ever. And honestly, I would go as far as saying anime, because he did that one animated show for Green Arrow. So, and he's also done voice acting for the Green Arrow. And for Injustice, he literally voiced Green Arrow in Injustice video game. He's the Green Arrow. He's the best cast for it. Grant Gustin is the best cast for The Flash. If anyone else got that role, I don't think I would like The Flash. But I do, because Grant Gustin plays the role very well, and he knows the character. Tyler is the best fit for Superman, especially in this show. And like I said, it feels like this is a Stephen Amell, Grant Gustin with Arrow and Flash situation where the roles just click, it fits perfectly. This is what I feel with Tyler when he was cast with Clark Kent as Superman back in Supergirl season 2, and then he came back, I think, a couple seasons later. He showed up in Elseworlds, Crisis on Infinite Earths, so yeah. I really do like Tyler as Superman. And again, I understand why people like Henry Cavill. I get your opinion, but I don't think the DCEU, not just Superman, for any other character, does a good job at really defining who they are. Man of Steel was, I didn't watch all of it because I just couldn't bring myself to do it, but Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, especially the Justice League movie, they weren't that good. They were pretty much garbage, and they didn't define the characters. The only character I like in the DCU right now is Batman, because he's a total bad swear word. You know what I'm talking about. The Flash is ruined in the DCU. No. You can, I don't care if you want to argue with me on that. Flash, Superman, I would, maybe Wonder Woman. I'm not going to touch on Wonder Woman, but especially Flash, he's just ruined in DCU. I think Superman really needs another movie to touch on who he is, because we're not there yet. I really don't think we're there yet with Superman in the DCU. And I would go as far as say that's because of Cavill. Yes, you can argue the writing, but I really don't think if they casted someone else as Superman for the DCU movies, it's, instead of Cavill, it'd probably be a different story. That's my opinion. I don't know. I don't like Cavill as Superman. Brandon Routh, as I said, plays an amazing Superman, both in Crisis on Infinite Earths when he showed up, and I think Superman 2 and 3, or I don't remember which movies he showed up in, but I know it was Superman 2 or something. But yeah. And Christopher Reeves obviously is who doesn't like Christopher Reeves Superman? I mean, you can't not like his Superman because he was the first one, or one the first. And he was before Ruth, and Ruth was the second one, at least live action. So, I mean, how can you not like him? You know what I mean? He defined the role for live action. So, and if he didn't take that role, Ruth wouldn't have become Superman. And, probably wouldn't be having Tyler right now as Superman. Not saying Ruth becomes Superman, made Tyler become Superman, but, there's a line going here. So, and Cal-El's just like 1,000 miles away, or yards, sorry, 1,000 yards away. But, I truly believe Tyler is the best Superman anyone has ever seen on live action, animated series, whatever. I truly believe he's the best Superman, period. Both on and off screen, playing his character, both Clark Kent and Superman, he nails it out of the park. Like, he knows these characters. That is my opinion. You can share yours in the comments, do it in a nice way. If you disagree with someone, there's no reason to argue or hate on it. You can point out your points, great. But I'm not going to be dealing with hate comments. I'm not going to be dealing with arguments going on because people can't understand that there are opinions, and I'm sharing mine freely right now with probably the expectation of people hating on it, so it's going to be fun. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.